to be sold. A black woman named Peggy, aged about 40 years, and a black boy, her son, named Jupiter, aged about 15 years, both of them the property of the subscriber. The woman is a tolerable cook and washerwoman and perfectly understands making soap and candles. The boy is tall and strong of his age and has been employed in country business, but brought up principally as a house servant. They are each of them servants for life. Note the phrase, servants for life. The price for the woman is $150. For the boy, $200, payable in 3 years. Gives the terms there. That's York. That's Toronto. 20 years before it became Toronto. It is interesting that the boy who's 15 years old, if he'd been 2 years younger at that date, he would have qualified for being freed at the age of 25. But he's not. He's 15, so he's a slave for life. In 1798, an effort was made to partly reverse the 1793 Act to limit slavery. A bill was introduced to authorize persons coming into this province to settle to bring with them their Negro slaves. The House of Assembly passed this bill by a vote of 8-4, but it was stalled in the Legislative Council and died at the end of the session. No further attempt was ever made to get rid of the 1793 Act limiting slavery. With the passage of time, the number of slaves for life decreased as they died off. Also, the abolitionist message finally changed white attitude. It became common for slave owners to refer to their slaves as servants, as Peter Russell does in his advertisement you have on the screen, even though they were not legally free. In March 1824, in the last recorded sale of a slave in Upper Canada, Eli Keeler of Colborne sold his slave Tom to William Bell of Thurlow, now Belleville. In 1834, the year slavery became illegal throughout the British Empire, only a very small number of Black people, maybe 50, remained in bondage in this Upper Canada. And this is where I stop. I have come to the end of my story about the Loyalists, white, Black, and Indigenous. I wanted to show the experience of each that's distinct and different from that of the others. Today, each has woven a unique strand into the complex fabric of Canada.